Hi, thanks for joining me. May 2025, I'm just about to embark on an 8-day trip to Scotland from East Sussex all the way up to Scotland, up to John O'Groats. It's going to be around 2,500 miles covered in 8 days, taking in Loch Ness, the Highlands, Cairngorms, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, this is what I got up to. Hello, day 2 of my little trip to Scotland. So for day 1 was a fairly uneventful day. It was just a trip to sort of Birmingham area really, nothing particularly amazing there. Day 2 we're heading up to kind of Yorkshire Dales today. I had to write down a list of where I'm heading. Lots of passes today, so the Hardknot Pass, Kirkstone Pass, Hoisted Pass, Newlands Pass. So looking forward to that, sort of halfway there. It's lunchtime, very sunny. We're looking forward to getting onto these passes. Weather's been really good so far, so yeah, thoroughly enjoying it. There's loads of sheep behind you, which I'm going to show you in a second. Wondering what I'm doing filming this here. So a little update, somewhere on day 2, somewhere in the Lake District. We passed Windermere earlier, very windy here. Somewhere near the Windknots Pass or something. Don't really know where I am, but I've just been up and down this ridiculously steep pass. It was first gear up the hill most of the way and the front wheel coming off the ground. And then first gear coming down the hill. They're so sharp, I've never known these hairpins like it. Yeah, tough old pass actually. It's quite scary at one point. Didn't really know what to expect. It was quite hard work. Got the bike fully loaded with all the luggage for 8 days away, so back's pretty heavy back end. But getting up these hills all right, but it's quite challenging, good fun. And thank God the weather's lovely, because it would have been absolutely awful if it was raining. I'd have gone a different way probably. And I'm just looking in the distance over there. I'll see if I can get on camera in a minute. But there's 5 cars all blocked up on a bend and they can't get through, which is what I'm not surprised really, because it's a really narrow single track road with blind corners and crests. And there's 5 cars over there. I'm going to get a photo and see if I can add it into the video in a minute. They're all stuck and no one's backing up. because they're all being arseholes because they're not looking ahead. So third update, still in the same place, just past, we just had a chat with the cyclist that went past. Turns out this is the Hard Knot Pass, so just been up and down the Hard Knot Pass, and I'm not surprised it's called the Hard Knot Pass because it's really bloody hard going up there. So yeah, he's going to cycle up it. He's mad. There you go. Anyway, I'm off to another pass. Why not? Why Nose or something like that? Win Nose Pass next. Right, so here we are at, it's 6 o'clock. I left my last Airbnb at 7:30 this morning. It's now 6 p.m. I've still got another 50 miles to go. Looks like I'm on the last pass of the day. Looks like the Honister Pass. It's beautiful, just like all the others. I was just following a bus, so I pulled over and stopped to let a bus through because you don't want to get stuck behind a bus on the Honister Pass because it's all winding uphill. Yeah, so should be back at in the next Airbnb about 8 o'clock. I'm absolutely knackered, actually. It's not often I say that, but I'm really tired. Will have been on the bike for 13 hours. Lots of low speed, hard work riding today. So looking forward to a shower and some sleep, and then a good start tomorrow heading for Scotland.
In Perry, no gables in East, 4,000 square feet just to fill up with things I don't need. And I know to some it makes no sense, but I'm not living just to pay my debts. I've got nothing against that white picket fence or those big American trees. On we go down the endless road. How can we know what tomorrow holds? I know this life gets so heavy, so I'll carry it with you. And I know you'll carry me too. And we'll be home. In Chicago, 'cause here the sunrise view will always be new. Each morning when I wake up with you, someday we'll have our own acre or two.
Hi Grace, do you want to play a game?
Sure, Dad.
It's called Counting Tractors.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
1,
2.
there's 3,
4.
and that's 5.
Time for 6.
And there's 7.
8 o'clock.
9. 11.
That was close.
Number 12.
Okay, I'm going. I'm bored. Bye.
Oh, bye. Yesterday I went through both Carlisle and Glasgow, I think. I hit Carlisle first thing in the morning, which I thought was going to be a nightmare, but actually I sailed through that really easily, which was surprising. But Glasgow, oh, what a nightmare city that was. I did hit it sort of at 4:30, which is a bit of a rubbish time in any city, but the traffic was just on another level, and there were loads of road closures, and my sat-nav just couldn't cope with it because I kept missing turnings or going a different direction because the roads were closed everywhere in the city. And eventually I just gave up, pulled over and redesigned my route, but it still took me about 2 hours basically to get in and out of Glasgow, so definitely we'll be avoiding that one in future, but hopefully today will be a much nicer, smoother ride on the coastal routes. Hi, you join me today on Friday. It's been a glorious day today. Been up to John O'Groats, took a few photos up there, had a little look around, bought a sticker because you've got to get a sticker, and then had a little poodle around, just made up as I went along really, found some lovely roads, decided to treat myself to a Chinese takeaway which I've got here. Ooh, yes, it's the first proper meal I've had in 5 days because I've been living off, I don't know, snack bars, cereal bars and noodles and don't know, rubbish. So looking forward to some proper food tonight. The weather this week has been brilliant. People in Scotland are so friendly. Everybody you bump into just at petrol stations or in shops, they just want to chat. They're just really amazing. The roads are just epic, which you'll be watching or seeing later in the video. It's been wonderful. It's been really, 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 really nice. So you can see it's lovely and peaceful here. I'm in this amazing pod all to myself for 3 days. It's a lovely little pod. I've got the bike ready next to me there for loading up in the morning. It's just really, really tranquil, peaceful. I'm going to look forward to something to eat, some Coke to drink, and then an early night ready for tomorrow's big adventure. So not for the first time on this trip in Scotland, there's a bit of fuel anxiety kicking in this morning. So yesterday I did a whole route around the Cairngorms, lovely. Came back via Inverness. My fuel light had been on for some time, but I was well aware there was a couple of petrol stations just up the road from where I'm staying in Bewley. I've been past the petrol stations a couple of times. There was a little spa shop where I could get some water and that sort of stuff. So carried on through Inverness. Fuel light I've been flashing for probably 80 miles, but it's got quite a big tank, so I carried on. Anyway, cut a long story short, got to Bewley just before the petrol stations and there was a police incident and the road had been closed. So I had to make a diversion, which I could do, that was fine. But it meant I couldn't get to the petrol stations because the diversion was kind of that middle section. So I got to my Airbnb okay, but I couldn't get back to the petrol station. Now it's Sunday morning. In Scotland, up here, the petrol stations are not open 24 hours. I'm heading south now, so the nearest one is a few miles north, but I'm not going in that direction. I'm heading south, and the next nearest one is near Loch Ness, where I'm heading down. It's 20 odd miles away, and I've got about 0 miles left on my tank. And if you ride a bike, you know how worrying that is when you haven't got much fuel left. Plus, it only open till 9 o'clock, so there's no rush to head off this morning particularly early, which is a pain, so I've got a big long day ahead of me again. And I'd like to be out by 7 or 7:30. There's no point leaving because the petrol station's shut. So I'm just fingers crossed I can get there. I mean, on paper I should be alright, but it's going to be a bit touch and go. I'll have to take it gently, stretch out the miles and see if I can coast down there to the petrol station near Loch Ness. And fingers crossed it'll be fine. But yeah, the petrol stations are a bit few and far between. You can spend hours without seeing a fuel station up here in the Highland in this sort of area of Scotland. So fingers crossed next time I see you I'll be fully fueled and ready to go. Happy travels. Watch out, it's Postman Pat. Castle Bolton. So we're on the road to Balmoral Castle. It's a lovely, lovely, wide, sweeping open road. Very popular with local bikes by all accounts. Weather's been brilliant, still lovely, clear blue skies, really nice and warm up here. Got another 18 or so miles to get to the castle. Thoroughly enjoying these roads. Just currently heading down on the A9, been to John O'Groats this afternoon, headed back down there to Inverness into the Airbnb. Look at the sea on the left, it's lovely. It looks like the Med. Lovely blue sky, lovely waves. Couldn't believe it's Scotland.